Let me show you some camera tips and tricks for Google Pixel 9a. So once you start using the camera, in these photo modes, most likely you have this icon in the bottom right corner with 3 sliders. If you select it, you have access to the brightness, so you can adjust the brightness of the photo, shadows, and the white balance. However, if you prefer to have a perhaps more convenient access, you can also go to the settings of the camera. Now over here we need to go to, or scroll down actually, until we find quick access controls, and we can enable this option. Once this option is enabled, you can just tap on the camera preview in order to find these sliders that we have over here. So the brightness, shadows, and white balance. Besides that, we also have the option to capture raw photos. Actually, we capture both RAW and JPEG at once. Of course, these two are separated once you take the photo, but essentially this is how it works. But this feature is hidden by default. So if you want to capture raw photos, you can go to the camera settings. Over here, if you scroll down and go to advanced, then you should be able to find RAW/JPEG control. So of course we need to make sure that this option is enabled. While being in the settings, I can also show you, for example, the social share option that allows you to quickly share photos as well as videos on social platforms, on social apps directly from the camera. So for example, with that option enabled, we can take the photo, and then over here, as you can see, we have this arrow. So we can unfold this list and we can immediately share the photo or video that we just made. So definitely a quick way to share our stuff. There are a couple of ways to zoom in or zoom out in the camera. For example, we can use this pinching gesture. We can also just press and hold our finger on the zoom information that we have over here on this bar. And if you press and hold it, then after that you can just slide left and right in order to adjust the zoom as you wish. And there is also one more option, and that is by using volume buttons. However, in this case, you need to set up volume buttons to have that functionality. So once again, we're gonna go to the camera settings, and this time we need to choose, I believe it is, oh here, button shortcuts. In this case, we have a volume key action, and we need to make sure that zoom is selected. If zoom is selected, then you can press volume up on your phone in order to zoom in, and volume down in order to zoom out. And that is actually not everything that we can find quite interesting in the camera settings, because there is also the palm timer, which is the pretty much palm gesture. You can take the photo by showing hand to the camera. You can tap on this question mark in the circle in order to find a little bit more information about this feature. So you don't have to press the shutter button in order to take, for example, a selfie photo. You can just show your hand and then a timer will appear, and after that time the photo will be taken. Besides that, we also have the device storage option in this setting, and you should be able to find the storage saver. Over here we can tap on the settings that will change in order to see what will be impacted. So if you want to save some space while using the camera, while taking photos, recording videos, etc., then of course you can turn this option on or off, and you can also see the difference between the quantity, the amount of photos and minutes of videos that is changing when we turn this option on or off. Of course, this has drawbacks. It's not like just magically reduces the size of photos and videos. It, for example, turns off certain features in order to save that space. But more about that over here. In the photo mode, we have an option that is called Top Shot, which is pretty much the live motion photo. This allows you to take a photo, and a couple of seconds before you take the photo is also included in that photo per se, or like a small part of a video that is pre-recorded pretty much. And then it allows you to, for example, choose the perfect frame. Once you open the photo with the Top Shot option, then we can press this plus button in order to see how it looked like, what was the couple of seconds, how it looked like before we took the photo. And if we scroll up, then we have this area, this category shots in this photo. So we can tap over here in order to, for example, choose a specific frame that we like the most, and then we can save the copy out of that frame. If you are looking for macro mode in order to take macro photos, then you don't have to look for it because it is automatically enabled. More precisely, you can take a look in the top left corner. Here we have this flower, which indicates that the macro mode is activated, and this allows you to capture better photos of small subjects. What's interesting is that we even have this macro mode while trying to record a video. As you can see right now, we are in the video mode, and this flower icon is still there. We also have an option that is called admin. This is a camera mode that allows you to capture 2 photos, and those 2 photos will be then combined. And what is the use of it? Well, for example, if you are on a trip or something, let's say there are 3 of you and 1 person takes the photo to capture the moment. However, the person that takes the photo is obviously excluded in that photo because someone has to take it. So with this feature, we can actually fix it. Over here, we can tap on this question mark in order to see how it looks like. The cameraman, let's call that person a cameraman. This guy takes a photo, and then someone else takes the photo, the exact photo of that person only. And then these 2 photos, so the photo of, let's say, 2 people, and then the person that took the photo before, these 2 photos are combined, and the phone can just mash everything into one so that it looks like everyone were actually captured together in a single photo. And we have also the Astro photo mode. Actually, it is built in the night side mode. Over here, if we go to the night side, in the bottom right corner, we have this moon icon. We can tap over here, and you should be able to find the night side. In order to capture Astro photos, we can just swipe all the way to the right over here. As you can see, we have Astro now, and this is how we can capture Astro photos. We can also tap on this question mark in order to read a little bit more about it. So, for example, it is recommended to keep the sound on your phone in order to know when the photography is ready, because it will take a couple of minutes to capture a photo. More about it, of course, can be found over here, so be sure to check that out if you are interested in capturing Astro photos or in astrophotography on this phone. And that's about it. So if you found this video helpful, leave a like and subscribe, and if you have some more tips that are worth mentioning, then of course share them in the comments so that everyone can enjoy the camera as much as possible. And that's all. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and see you in the next videos. Bye.